Now, if you were a real journalist, the democratization of information, the opening of free speech on the internet would be cause for celebration. It's the kind of thing you'd supposedly love to see. After all, that's what real journalism is. But, of course, to Canada's legacy media, it is seen as a threat to their monopoly on the news, their control of the information, and fundamentally, their total ownership of the narrative. Prior to Elon Musk's decision to reinstate Jordan Peterson and bring back Donald Trump's account, Canada's legacy media had been trying to spin the narrative that Twitter is crumbling, that Twitter can't possibly survive. There's no way they can possibly survive this. Twitter must be on the brink. They're on the ropes. Now just listen to the way some of these Canadian legacy media journalists talk about Twitter as though it's about to just literally collapse, as though the lights are going to be turned off. This is the way CBC reported on the mass layoffs.
Twitter appears to be on the brink. There are fresh questions this morning about how long the company can hang on. Twitter, the world's unofficial town crier. It's become absolutely essential for vital communications, rather. What are the implications if it were to collapse?
Yeah, this is really the poster child of all chat rooms out there, and one of the originals. That this is where politicians of all stripes, the White House, the U.S. President, the Canadian Prime Minister, and a slew of politicians around the world use this as far as an internet chat room, and really it wrote the rule books as far as how we now communicate. So the imagination of this disappearing from the landscape is truly almost unimaginable.
Take a look. This one is from Global News.
But Musk's puzzling maneuvers and erratic online presence have some observers suggesting he's in over his head.
The equivalent of asking the plumber to come in and wire up your house and do all your electrics. Elon Musk, the engineer, trying to solve problems when he should be thinking not about engineering tactics, but about social tactics and how to deal with a business that is a social business. It's a communications company. It's not a rocket company.
Under the hashtag RIP Twitter, reactions range from attempts at humor to more serious reflections about Twitter's role in advancing human rights and justice. There are some who say Musk could still succeed if he finds the right replacement staff and by expanding Twitter for things like mobile payments and food delivery. They say if the turmoil continues, though, it could invite government intervention, something that would not sit well with a free speech purist like Musk.
And of course, one of our favorite news outlets on Ratio, CTV News.
Why do you think Musk is taking this approach, and how do you think it's going to pan out for him?
I mean, this is a company in crisis, and his other companies have been in crisis before, and he's sent those similar messages as well, and it kind of turned things around. What's different here is that he's coming in really late in the game, and he's essentially telling his workforce, you either do it my way or hit the road. He's asking you to commit to this crazy work ethic, but at the same time, he isn't telling you what the reward is, and that, I think, is ultimately going to be the seeds of Twitter's and Elon Musk's doom. This is not how you play ball when you're the new sheriff in town.
Meanwhile, as the hashtag RIP Twitter trend rages through the platform and Canada's legacy media desperately trying to spin the narrative that Twitter is on the brink, Elon Musk just reported an all-time record high in users. No kidding, who could have thought that censoring news, banning accounts for daring to question gender ideology, and just overall creating a toxic environment was detrimental to viewers? And then, of course, bringing back Donald Trump, bringing back Jordan Peterson, reinstating the Babylon Bee, and making Twitter fun again, making Twitter great again, well, all of a sudden Twitter users come back. Who could have possibly guessed?